Conversation design is an area often overlooked, but it's incredibly important for a true AI enterprise assistant. Conversation design is the practice of making AI assistants more natural and is extremely important when developing a powerful AI assistant. It may seem straightforward, but there are many nuances and subtleties to consider. Even if the team members are skilled communicators, crafting a conversational AI assistant requires specialized knowledge and skills. With only words as the means of communication, it's essential to make them count. So, what makes a conversation a great conversation? It should feel natural, not intrusive, collaborative, personal, and concise. It should embrace positive elements like acknowledging, reciprocity, and comprehension. It should not force the user to use specific trigger words or to find a way to get to the desired outcome. And this is exactly the role of the conversation designer, which should hold the bar high in terms of the outcome. Having a conversational designer is one of the key roles in these types of projects. For more details on that, press the above link to see a video that covers all the necessary roles and skills. Let's look at some examples of key focus areas in writing a conversation dialogue. A discourse marker is an acknowledgement. Here, the digital assistant responds with "sure" and acts like a marker to acknowledge that the user has been heard and the digital assistant will comply with their request. An implicit confirmation goes a step further, not only by acknowledging the request was heard, but also by showing what the digital assistant has understood. Prompting is also a good practice. We cue the user for what the digital assistant expects next. In this case, the assistant prompts the user for the size of the pizza. This way, the assistant can naturally guide the conversation. We can even go a step further with a choice model, where not only do we cue the user, but we also present him the available options in the form of a quick reply. This is also another natural way for the assistant to guide the conversation. Explicit confirmation brings the risk of too much information occupying unnecessary space. We can eliminate words without altering the meaning. Think of it as a game of Jenga, but with words instead of blocks. But designing a conversation is not only about the happy path. It should also address all the unwanted paths that may cause the conversation to derail. When users overshare too much information, it can become hard to filter out the intent and entities. So there is a need to deal with ambiguity. Potentially, the AI may need to disambiguate and ask the user what he meant. This is an area where many assistants lack the proper tone. It should not make the user feel bad. Instead, it should help and provide helpful guidance. Another design challenge is when language is imprecise. Me and two others is 3 people, but it's hard for the assistant to slot that properly. The solution to this problem lies not in the technical aspect, but rather in the design of the conversation. We can guide the user to give the right information with a better dialogue. The assistant explicitly asks, including yourself, how many people were there. Quite simple, yet very effective. Designing the dialogue for contextual awareness can be hard as well. In this particular case, when the user asks, "Can I pick up my meds there?" it is inferred by the context of the previous sentence. The dialogue design did not anticipate this and prompted a text where it expected the conversation to go instead of the path it actually took. In this case, a better dialogue would have been one that anticipated a potential context awareness, where the answer mentions the location the user expected. Okay, one more before we wrap up. We need to ensure the persona shines through. We should nurture and encourage the persona throughout the conversation. This example does the opposite, as it bluntly throws a sort of machine error message. Again, we should be conversational and engaging. We want to take the user on a journey and not have him quit on us halfway. Stay tuned for more episodes and please subscribe to our channel. For more information, please ask our assistant called RT. You can find the link in the description below. Hope to see you for the next episode.